Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Mini Healings. I hope you're well. I really think it's going to be a good night. I'm hanging out in the house because I didn't feel like going out and heating up my tiny office, which is sort of typical. Plus, by the time I get done, it's really dark. And I just decided to be here. Oh my gosh. Who is that person saying hello? Hi. Thank you, thank you. It's a little flat right now. It's outside mowing the lawn, maybe for the last time ever in 2022. So, and there's Leslie. Wow. All the people that have been away for a little bit are coming in tonight. That's cool. Thank you, Leslie. So I have Dexter here. Duncan and Rudy are like over there and over there. So they're like 6 inches apart. So yes, snow probably is coming. I don't mind the snow and I don't mind the cold, but it's like the bitter cold after it snows that doesn't go away. So yeah, I think I need to be south, where if it gets cold, it warms up, sometimes in the same day. So yeah. Anyways, so tonight, would you believe, show number 116. So yeah, gonna be a good night. So tonight, I think we'll just do basic things. We'll do some looking for trapped emotions. We'll do some group work. We'll do my favorite, the positive emotions. I think this next week I'm going to do a little extra video on energy work and breath work, because you know how with the Healing Pulse, I oftentimes will add some instructions for doing the box breath. I think I might do a video that we'll probably use the Healing Pulse for it, and I'll tell you up to, so I've got a list of like 10 different ones. I need to see if there's others that are missing. So, but I think we'll do like a Healing Pulse between 5 and 10 different types of breath using the Healing Pulse. And then I think at the end, I'll have you choose which breath you like the best. And then I'll do a longer energy session with the Usui Holy Fire Reiki, which I know some of you really enjoy. Oh, there's Valerie. Hello. Welcome. Just hanging out in the living room. Oh, and there is Marina. Welcome. So we will do our first Healing Pulse in about a minute. Hope, Marina, you're doing well in Iceland. So I'm looking out the window and the clouds are just amazing with the sunset behind it. So very cool. I think what else? Doing a lot more work with past life stuff, and not even during regression, but just it's been coming up just regular sessions. So that's sort of interesting. But cool things have been coming up, powerful things. And especially with certain people, if I describe a situation, they're able to tap in and we can heal things that are affecting them here. So that's very interesting. Oh, and Sissy is here. Welcome. And it's time for the healing pulse. So let's go ahead and do that. So with the healing pulse, if you have anything physical going on, that is where you want to send the healing pulse energy. Good, Marina. I'm so glad. And if you want to work on something emotional, it's rather similar to physical. You just need to know, where do you feel the energy of that emotion? So like if it's anxiety, where does that affect you? You know, does it make your throat dry? Does your chest get tight? Does it give you a headache? Or are you like me and it's just in the pit of your stomach and it makes you feel a little nauseous? So if it's something emotional, really think about where that lives within you, and that's where you'll want to send the energy. So rub your hands together until they're warm. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And then just breathe in that energy. And here's the most important part. Be open and allowing the energy to flow. Breathe that in. Imagine with each breath in, the healing goes a little deeper, a little further. With each breath out, you are releasing things that no longer serve you, or maybe they don't even belong to you. Open and allowing. Is anybody else having sound issues? Am I freezing up? Shouldn't. I'm like 6 feet from my router, so. All right, so just keep breathing up that energy. Open and allowing. Okay, so that was our first healing pulse of the night. Good, Valerie. So, Joan, thank you for confirming too. So it sounds like it might be issues on your end, Sissy. So we are going to start show number 116 by working on individual issues. And so if you want to let me know what you want to work on, I will put you on the list. And in the meantime, we're going to pull a card. So this is one of my newer decks. And let's see what comes up. Ooh, I like this one. So here's our theme for tonight. The flow of abundance. Well, let me so sometimes when I have too many windows open, but usually I get a message that my internet's unstable, and so far I have not gotten a message, but So let's see about the flow of abundance, because this is a group card. I really like that. So let's see. And I like the spiral. Just trying to get it where the light hits it nicer. The blues. All right, so let's see. Increased prosperity and abundance are possible now. Step into the flow. When you are following your bliss and passion, when you're happy, excited, and in the flow of life, abundance will effortlessly and naturally flow into your experience. This is what we angels wish for you: to flow gracefully through life, to allow money to flow into your experience, to benefit from and flow it onward. As you are open to increase love and light in your life, money will effortlessly flow into your experience. Money is simply a medium of exchange. It is your energy made visible. By being grateful for all you have and contributing value to the lives of others, you become like a powerful magnet for the flow of money into your life. Get into the flow of abundance by releasing any fear, doubt, or anxiety that keeps you from fully jumping in. Release all that blocks you from fully stepping into the light as a creator. When you create, when you passionately share your skills, your message, and your truth, you come alive. As you create from your heart, you're creating value, and an increased abundance naturally appears in your life because you are in the flow. Well, that is pretty nice. I do like that. So, very cool card. So let's see what I missed while I was reading. Do people put anything they want to work on? Let's see. So I just have one person on my list. So I'm going to start with her. Oh, there's Joan's got something to work on. All right. So I've got Mary wants to work on anger and resentment. Joan is working on good health and feeling good. I like that, Joan. Definitely a positive spin. Okay. So if anyone else has anything you want to work on, just put it in the comments. In the meantime, I am going to start working on Mary's. So I'm just looking for the rest of my paperwork. I don't know how. My paperwork is like dust bunnies. It just keeps increasing. There they are. Because I'm not sure which list I'm using tonight. I haven't quite decided. Oh, there's Shri. Welcome, Shri. Just making sure I didn't release anyone. All right, so I've got Valerie is also going to do good health and feeling good. And so, Sissy, when you said mine is tired, were you talking about your internet, or is that something you want to work on for yourself? All right, Shri. Okay, there you clarify being tired. Okay, so Shri is exhaustion. Sissy tired. All right. Leslie, good health. Very good observation, Marina. So let's see. So disgust. And I think you're right. It's connected to Patricia and the time you spent with her. Oh, and there's Mary and Renee. Welcome. Mary, I just starting to work on yours. I just need to figure out what list. And I'm not going to use my big list. I think we're going to use a little list today. Not this one. Okay, we're going to use this one. All right, so Mary, you've got a trapped emotion of intolerance. Let's see what age that is. Around 16. But somehow that's playing a role in the anger and the resentment. So let's release intolerance. And I'm hoping that lessens the level of the anger and resentment. So that did release. Okay. Joan is next. She wants good health and feeling good. Joan, you got irritable. Let's see what age that comes up as. Good. I'm glad that resonated with you, Mary. Thank you for confirming. Around 26, Joan. So 25, 26, 27, somewhere in there. So let's release that. So that will contribute to increasing your good health and feeling good. Interesting. Well, hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. All right, so Valerie also wants to work on good health and feeling good. And so with this, it's hollow or empty. Let me get an age. That sounds annoying, Joan. All right, so I'm getting around 28, Valerie. So let's release that hollow, empty kind of feeling. No wonder you're irritated and irritable. Okay, so Valerie, I did get that to release. All right, Shri wants to work on exhaustion. So let's see what comes up for that. Frustration is playing a role in your exhaustion, Shri. Good, Valerie. That means it's working. All right, so let's see what age Shri's frustration is at. 23, Shri. So let's release that. So I did get that to release. Sissy is also tired. Let's see what list I'm using for Sissy. Forgetful. All right, let's get an H. $33, Sissy. So let's release that. Somehow that's connected to being tired. You are welcome, Sheree. So that release for Sissy. Leslie wants to increase health and have good health. All right, so I'm getting self-centeredness. And I know I say this every once in a while. So when I get something that doesn't seem to fit the person because I sort of know them at least a little, I often check and see, is this their trapped negative emotion? And so with Leslie, I get this isn't yours, girl. This is someone else's, someone that you're close to. So let me get an age, and then maybe you can figure out who actually this is. Somewhere around age 25, female. So let me check. Is that not a friend? Family? That was really self-centered, and you were close, so it really affected you too. So that there's a piece of that energy still with you. So let's get rid of that. So that did release. All right, Marina. Marina wants to release this feeling of disgust. And she sort of figured out who it came from, that it wasn't exactly hers, but caused by this other person. So we're just going to go ahead and release disgust. But I'm also going to check and see if she's got prior instances of disgust that we can release, just because sometimes if you already have it, it attracts that feeling to become trapped more. And I do get yes. So you've got a couple other instances of disgust. But good job identifying the feeling and what it was connected to. So we're going to release. So that releases the current. Then we're going to work on the other two. And the other two release too. So I'm hoping that that makes you less sensitive to that feeling. Okay, so that released. So we are going to do healing pulse number 2. So I want you to think about where you want to receive the energy. Rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. You are welcome, Marina. So if I missed anyone after the healing pulse, let me know and we will do that before we move on. So, because we're working on individual issues. So just breathe that in. Okay, so that was Healing Pulse number 2. So, Leslie, does that mean you missed what I found for you? Or maybe I was frozen. This is a little irritating because when I'm in my office, I have less reception in my office. But it seems like being 6 feet away from my router, I'm having less reception tonight. That's a little frustrating. So if anybody has just come in and wants to get in on the individual healing, let me know what you want me to work on, or if there's just something overall. Like we had a few people that wanted to work on good health or feeling good. So let me know. All right, so Leslie, what I got for you was self-centeredness, but, and I expanded on this a bit when I talked about this. When I don't feel it's exactly you, I often test. This was someone else in your life that was really self-centered, that was quite close to you, and so that energy affected you, and you were around 25 or so. So you probably know who that is. All right, so let's do some group healing. All right, so Sissy, I don't know if you got, I did come up with forgetful around age 33, and somehow that's playing a role in being tired. Sometimes the connections on why things come up are really obvious, and sometimes they're not. So also, Sissy, I'm getting that grounding would help. And so if you're able to get outside, take your feet off, take your shoes off, and, just either sit on the ground or sit in the chair, but make sure that your bare feet connect to the ground. And just imagine that the earth is sending you healing energy. I know sometimes when I forget things, it's sort of exhausting because then I'm trying to remember what it was that I was supposed to remember and why did I forget. But I think grounding would help. Grounding actually would help a lot of people. And if you have property with a tree in your yard, it's amazing if you could sit next to the tree with your back against the trunk. Trees can be really healing. I have this really beautiful apple tree. I'm looking to get like a curved bench that'll go under it so that it's easier to sit next to it with my back against the tree. So I need to be looking and not wonderful, Joan. That is very cool. Trees can really do some amazing things. They are very ancient wisdom and really able to tap in. So let's look and see about some group negative beliefs. And let's see what comes up. So I'm getting the group has 3. That would be helpful to clear. Good, Leslie. I imagine that helped. All right, so here is the first negative belief. I am uncertain. And sometimes I think we're uncertain because we truly are, but sometimes we're uncertain either because we don't feel comfortable making a choice, we're not confident in our powers of decision, and we don't feel strong enough to make a choice. So this is hopefully going to help those of you who feel this, that you can be more definitive in your choices. So let's see how many of you have I am uncertain. I'm getting 80% of you have this negative belief. Some I'm sure stronger than others. Okay, so that released. All right, let's find another because there's 3 for you guys. I'm nothing. Let's see how many have had. I think this one's come up before. I'm nothing. So getting 60% of you have I'm nothing. So let's release that. So that released. Okay, let's find out what the third one is. Ooh, this is interesting. This third one is inherited. And let me just write this down, then we'll talk about what that means. So inherited trapped emotions, inherited trapped beliefs come from your ancestors. So this is through your bloodline. And so if you have someone, an ancestor, who believes I am stupid, it is possible for that to be carried down. Very similar to a negative trapped emotion that is inherited. For instance, this is very common if you've ever met an entire family who everybody's just angry, even the little kids. It's because they've all inherited the anger, and it just keeps transmitting down the bloodline, when people have kids. So this one, I am stupid, is inherited. Let's see how many of you have this. 40%. Wow. For inherited, that's a lot. And so what this does is it takes away your confidence, because even if you had a doctorate or something similar or are highly educated, at the base of it is I am stupid, and you came by it. So let's get rid of this. This does take a little bit more to release, but it's definitely worth it. So for those of you who this resonates, imagine. We haven't talked about how to release things, so let's do that tonight as a reminder. So this is sort of a deeper, complex thing than just a simple trapped emotion, because this is inherited, and it's a belief, not just an emotion. Sorry. Duncan thinks he's going to help. Huh, Doug? Come here. sometimes he likes to help at the most inopportune times. Huh, Duncan? Yes. Okay. So generally when I teach someone how to clear, I teach them how to do it sort of in a physical way using their hands and the energy. So I want you to rub your hands together, and we're going to send energy from your head, over your head, to the base of, to the nape of your neck. And with the intention that we are releasing the negative belief, I am stupid, this actually will transmit to all parts of your body because this is a Chinese meridian that goes here to here. And so generally for inherited issues, it takes a little more. Usually for trapped emotions, I do this 3 to 5 times, but for inherited beliefs, well, inherited anything, we generally do 10 times. Beliefs might take a little more. So we'll just see. So if you want to do this with me, and then there are other ways of doing it too, but this is usually the first one I teach everyone just because it's such a physical thing. And if you're sensitive, you might feel a lifting and a lightening of something releasing. So let's see, did that release? Is there any pieces left for anyone? No. So 40% of you and anyone watching this in the future has this. So, but I'm getting that it released. So let me know if that affected you. And then, yeah, pretty interesting. So I want to talk a little bit about, this is sort of a semi-commercial. So I still want to teach a Reiki class, and I had really hoped to do it in October, but I'm actually hanging out with my dad for like 10 days while my mom is traveling. And it doesn't quite work to have, at least I don't think so. And that's the end of October. Yeah, it just doesn't quite work. So I'm thinking November, but I still don't have a date yet. And so if you have not talked to me about taking Reiki, let me know, because I've got a couple that I'm working with that once I get a date, I will let you know right away. But if you and I have not chatted, let me know. This is an online 2-day course for Reiki 1 and 2, and it's the lineage is Usui Holy Fire. It's the newest of all Reikis. It's Holy Fire 3, and that's the most recent one out of the International Center for Reiki. Okay. So Joan's in for 3 out of 4, or 3/4. I guess I don't know what that means. So what I'm saying as far as the Reiki goes, if you and I have not chatted about doing an upcoming Reiki course, let me know. Oh, for 3 and 4. Yes. So you want to do the Reiki Master? That would be cool. I'm thinking April for that. Hopefully that'll work. And if I haven't said it, if you do Reiki 1 and 2, you get a discount for doing further coursework. So yes. And I did talk a little bit about on Tuesday. I am going to do a little extra night of energy. So I think we'll start with healing pulses, and we're going to do between 5 and 10 different types of breath work using the healing pulse. And I think this will be like Tuesday, 7 Central, which is the exact same time that this is. And then at the end, I'll do like 20 minutes of Reiki, and you can pick the breath work that you like the most. Well, good, Joan. So yeah, I need to look and see if there's more. I've done some of these. So we'll see which ones I actually pick. I'm not sure if there's 10 on this list, and then I've got to look and see. But like there's pursed lip breathing, diaphragmatic breathing, breath focus, lion's breath, alternate nostril breathing, resonant breathing, Sitali breathing, humming bee breath, Brahmari, fire breathing. I've done that one. That's quite powerful. And I think I've done a variation of that with the healing pulse for people. Then there's Wim Hof's breathing method. So I'll see what else. But so if you're not doing anything next Tuesday night at the same time, 7 Central, stop by and we'll do energy work and breath work combined and see if you notice a difference. All right, so let's do our third healing pulse of the night, and then we'll jump over to the fun part of it and do positive emotions. So think about where you want to receive the energy. Rub your hands together until they're warm, and place your hands exactly where you want to receive it. And the most important part is just be open and allowing the energy to flow. So just breathe that energy in. Imagine with each breath in, the healing goes a little deeper. Okay. Hopefully that's better for you, Sissy. All right, so let's do the positive emotions. And so with this, I just showed you how to release and remove negative beliefs so that you can release negative emotions the same way. And if you want to instill a positive emotion, basically you do it the same way, but it's with intention. So like say, let me look at last week. So last week we gave out 2 positive emotions for each person. So someone got kind and courageous. And so to instill that energy within you, you basically set the intention that you are bringing kind and courageous within you and increasing the energy of that. So you can do it this way. Or you can think about it as energy. Imagine it like in a little energy ball. And when you just really feel it, that you've got it, put it in your heart. And then imagine the energy expanding. Sometimes this is really nice if your heart needs it. So, but the way I typically do it for most of the time, and let me stop right there. There is one other. So, with the hands here, sometimes you do it hands-free, and the feeling can be very different. So imagine that instead of using your hands to run over your head and say, we're going to instill faith and awesomeness within you. So imagine you have energy running, and that energy is instilling faith and awesomeness. So generally, when I do it this way, I shut my eyes, I imagine energy starting here, and then I just have it go over my head. Usually with this, because I don't feel this as much. Some of you might, though. So usually I do this 3 to 5 times, sometimes a little more, especially if I really want to feel it. So this is definitely the hands-free method, but it's more of a mental thing. And so with this, it's your thoughts that are important. If you're taking it away or if you're adding it, instilling it. And so the fourth way, so I imagine whatever I'm taking away or whatever I'm adding. And I really think about it, I focus on it, and then I snap it. And usually 3 to 4 times. And it's quick, and it's immediate, and it's done. And I really like that. So now you've got like 4 choices. So when your name comes up, you can help take away, you can help instill or increase. So let's do the positive trapped emotions, or excuse me, the positive emotions we want to instill within you. And this, so I know pretty much every week I ask you, okay, who got the words that you are going to borrow? So now you know what to do. If someone else gets some words that you really like, now you know how to instill them within you. And it doesn't take away at all from the person that got them, because with this, there's enough for everyone. So if you want me to pull, or not pull, I keep talking in the same negative emotion type of language. So if you want me to find 2 positive emotions, put a 2 in the comments, and I will start going through my list. So, and just a comment about the Tuesday night, especially with the breath work and the energy work, it's a perfect type of show to watch on replay because there's not really a lot of interaction. Like here, I'm seeing everything that you guys comment on, and I answer your very specific individual healing requests. But with the breath work and the energy work, I'll ask you about comments. But the cool thing is you can go through it at a later date and it should have the same results. So, okay, so first got Marina, Renee, Mary, Joan times 2. Okay, so I'll start with Marina. This is good, Marina. Marina, you got attentive and fulfilled. Nice. So I'm going to reinforce, but I suggest you reinforce this also, Marina. Okay, so I'm getting those reinforced. All right, Renee is next. Let me switch pages. So these two, I think, are somewhat related. So this is for Renee, yielding and open-hearted. I like that combination. So let's reinforce that. Yes, Marina, I like that too. Okay, so that instilled and reinforced for Renee. Mary, you are next. Okay, Mary, you got 2. That it's an interesting combination. You are welcome, Renee. Mary got serene and protected. And I really love the serene. Mary has some house guests that are sort of the opposite of serene. So I'm thrilled that this was pulled because I think you might need it. So, but I'm glad that you got protected too. So reinforcing that for Mary. All right, Joan, you are next. Yes, very nice. Joan, so you got 2 that were quite interesting. You'll have to let me know if you've got something going on for work because it's prepared and it's valiant. It's like, huh, very interesting. So let's reinforce that because for some reason you need both of those. Very cool. All right. So is anyone borrowing anybody's words? There's some nice ones here. Wow, Joan, very good. So just keep amping that up. So let's do our aura strengthening for tonight. Unless anyone had any questions. Yeah, everybody got good words. So we got attentive, fulfilled, yielding, open-hearted, serene, protected, prepared, or prepared. I don't know why I wanted to do prepared. Oh, valiant. I like that, valiant. Very cool. All right, so let's do our aura strengthening. So the good thing about an aura strengthening exercise is it helps repel negativity. And so what I want you to do is rub your hands together. And if you want to pull in healing pulse energies, just set your intention that you are going to do that. Otherwise, if you don't, just your own healing frequencies will be used. But, I always encourage you to work with those energies. So just rub your hands together and then start beaming to your aura. And if you frequently run into people or have meetings with people that are not always very nice, imagine that you have some reflection, some pieces of mirror in your aura, so that if somebody is sending you things, it gets reflected back on them. And sometimes these people, they're so used to wallowing in their own negativity, they don't notice it, but some will, and they'll stop because it doesn't feel good to have that beamed at them. Okay, so that was our last exercise of the night. I hope everyone had a good night. So if ever there are things that we've done in the past that you'd like to do again, feel free to suggest it. Usually every month or two I'll do good luck, bad luck buttons. And then brain balancing we usually do a couple times a month. So yeah, and usually I keep track of everything, so I sort of know when was the last time. Wonderful, Mary. You have a good night too. It was so good to see you tonight, Joan. Thank you, Renee. Glad you have made us a part of your Thursday night. Good night, Sissy. I hope you had a good evening despite all the technical issues. So, and on that note, I'm going to say good night. So, hope to see everyone Tuesday or Thursday next week, same time. So, I'll send a thing out on Facebook. So, have a good weekend. Bye. Night, Marina.